Hi. Welcome to Calico Flower Studio. I'm Dani, and this is Dahlia. And today I've got a collage for you. I've got some thoughts about communication, and that's pretty much it. So just hang out and subscribe if you want to hang out some more later, and leave me a comment and start a conversation. Enjoy. Okay, so today I am talking about my value communication, and I thought that when I think about communication through the lens of my artwork, what I think about is how pieces talk to each other. Like, if you've listened to some of my other vlog videos, I guess that's kind of redundant, vlog videos, but my other video blogs, you may have heard me talking about saying that different collage pieces talk to each other. Meaning, maybe one shape or one color or material calls out to another part of the artwork. And that keeps your eye moving and moving around the image. And so I wanted to create a diptych today because I feel like that's kind of what diptychs do. So a diptych is just a set of two that are meant to be together. They're meant to be displayed together. They were made for each other, Also, you will have to excuse me. I have a bit of a cold right now. Possibly the flu. I'm fine though. I'm on the mend. I just probably sound a little nasally and I might seem kind of foggy and out of it, but it's okay. Just bear with me. Anyway, so what I brought today, I brought some nice soft colors, and I don't know why I chose these colors or these materials, but they were just calling to me today. Maybe because I need a little bit of softness and comfort today. But right here I have bits of a napkin, and then this is like a print on paper that I created. A photograph, a piece of a photograph. Looks like a tree branch. I know these photographs were taken at an apple farm a while back. This is just a sliver of a piece of a magazine. These are flowers, it looks like. A chunk out of a print that I made. A little chunk of canvas with some paint spilled on it. This is, I believe, a piece of used palette paper. I was mixing paint on the palette paper. This is crayon on paper. This is a shop towel, paper towel, that I've blotted paint on. You can see the different colors. Sort of interesting. And finally, this is just like a really thin piece of paper. It's kind of like craft paper. And this is a piece of a manila envelope. I brought these into the game because they are everything else that I brought is very textured, very patterned. You know, it's got there's a lot going on, and so I needed some more plain and quiet pieces to break it up. Something, what's the word? Just devoid of pattern. So simple, that's the word. That will work. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started. So when I'm making a diptych, sometimes I just like to take one piece of material and split it into two pieces. And then place them on the page. On the two pages. So this same material appears on both sides. Maybe not in the same way, but it's there. You know, when I think about communication as a value, I guess, you know, it's, I have to say, in my practice, I'm not quite sure how this manifests. I write a newsletter, and I really do, I value hearing from other people. I like reaching out and talking about things that are interesting to both of us. Like in my newsletter, I always invite my readers to respond, because the way that I write my newsletter, I write it as if I am talking to an individual directly. And that's how I want it to feel, and that's how I want it. That's how it is to me, you know? It's I know that in reality it is a letter that is duplicated and sent out to many people, but in a sense, like the way that I write, the way that I make myself vulnerable in the letter itself, or the way just that I share things, I want it to feel like a one-on-one exchange. You know, because I want to encourage that. I want to have more exchanges like that with people. And I want people to know, too, that they can talk to me. I don't want my practice to just be this sort of one-way thing where I make and you consume, and then we never have a conversation about it, you know? I think that, well, I guess I can't speak for all artists or groups of people. I can't generalize anything, but I know many artists that are just so excited and find so much joy in talking to people about their art. And not like in, you know, like at a cocktail party. Like, what do you do for a living? That kind of talking about. That can be sort of dreadful sometimes, unless you're really good at it. But I just mean like maybe at a show or at an art fair or in an email or on social media or you know, some other context that's more relaxed and genuine. I don't know if you can tell, a large shadow just was cast on my table, and that's because there's a little baby girl on the table. See? So I definitely value conversations and talking about things. It's been hard for me lately, I think, to put myself out there. I think because life has kind of been very demanding. And I have a full-time job outside of making art like this, like outside of Calico Flower Studio. This is like my passion project. I mean, my full-time job actually is, I'm also passionate about that too, which is great. I'm blessed. But it's draining. It can be draining. And I sometimes feel like I've lost my way as an artist. And so when someone asks me to tell them about my art, I mean, you know, when I was in grad school or, when I was in grad school, pretty much, I knew exactly what my art was about, or I was figuring it out, you know, and I had that was like what I spent most of my time doing, was just thinking about my art and what it means and constantly finding inspiration, and I had loads and loads of time to make art. And I was immersed, I guess. I was immersed. And nowadays I just, sometimes I think to when someone asks, you know, what's your art about, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know anymore. But I think that's normal. I think many artists experience that struggle. So I don't think that it invalidates me at all. It just means I'm going through something right now. I'm going through a transformation. And I know that I am, because I can feel it happening in other things that I'll save for another day. You know, when I was thinking about what my values are, I was thinking about them, you know, as an artist, but also as just in general, like as a person. What are my personal values? Because I think that they overlap, and I think communication is something that I value as a person too. It's not to say that I don't lack communication skills. I certainly lack them sometimes. Let's be real. Don't we all, right? Sometimes we just, ugh. It's like you're at a loss for words sometimes. But, it's definitely important to me, especially in relationships. You know, I think I'm guilty of this sometimes, but it aggravates me so much, or it's just, it makes things, oh, there's a fly that keeps flying on my piece. Something that can make life difficult is when, you know, when somebody is going through something and it's affecting your relationship, and or like if someone is expecting you to read their mind, that's what I'm trying to say. If someone is expecting that you read their mind and know exactly what they are feeling and what they're trying to say without having to say it explicitly, that's something that I think can be kind of destructive. And so I very much value just being straightforward and honest. I think that there's a lot of things about communication and transparency, which I created another video like this about transparency, but I think there are a lot of aspects or characteristics of those qualities that overlap. I think one of the reasons why, and I'm not bragging or anything, I'm just being honest. Like, I think that my husband and I have a really beautiful relationship. Like, we have a very healthy relationship, I should say. And I think that is because we communicate. I mean, it's as simple as that, you know. We just, we talk to each other and we know what's going on. So, with that said, it is something that's very important to me in my personal life. And sometimes I get out of touch with friends. That's true. But I'll tell you one thing. It takes two to communicate, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. You can't see it right now, but Clover is he's sitting on the couch and rolling around and being a goofball, and it's really cute. Where am I going with this? I'm just kind of talking and making, just kind of letting things happen. It's okay. I'm doing something. I feel like I'm kind of stacking materials here. Maybe I'll just keep going and see what happens. So I guess to kind of sum it up, if you ask me, what is communication? What kind of value is that? Huh? That communication to me means being straightforward, simple, to the point, transparent, sort of folded that in there as well. And also listening, right? I am, I don't know. I like to think of myself as a pretty good listener, just because I'm one of those people where I find myself, quite often, I find myself sitting in a conversation, in one-way conversations, and I make it to the end, I'm engaged. When I say one way, I just mean the other person is sharing a lot, and I'm listening a lot. I guess it's two-way. I don't know how, whatever your perspective is on that. Listening, communication takes two, and one side of that is listening. Even active listening, right? I think it's a good skill that I have. I'm a very good listener. Almost to a point of like, I don't get the opportunity to say much sometimes. So I guess when I get the chance to talk, like on my YouTube channel, I take it. Little insight into me, I guess. Nick, my husband Nick, he's a really good listener too. And I think that's why we make a great pair, and why I feel like I can say so much to him, and why he is able to say so much to me, and why we can have, balanced conversations so well, because we're both pretty good listeners. Man, this is funky. Wow. Very wrinkly, very textured. Should I keep going? I kind of want these polka dots in there somewhere. I'm just continuing to layer and layer and layer. This one feels complete, but something about this one does not feel complete. Am I crazy? I don't know. Maybe I am. I used almost all my material, which is pretty wild. That doesn't... Whoa, we got a breeze. Okay. Pretty wild, though. I usually choose more material than I actually need. I like that. Well, I think these are done. I like how this sort of flows at an angle, at a diagonal. And there's these two spaces, these open spaces. So. I hope that you enjoyed this. As always, these will be available on my website, calicoflowerstudio.com. And, you know, if you have been enjoying these videos and enjoying hanging with me on YouTube, then please subscribe. Subscribe to this channel, and then you won't miss anything. And it, you know, helps to support my practice. And also, in light of the value or theme of the day, communication, please feel free to leave a comment on this video. I would love to start a conversation, or if you could just wanted to share any of your thoughts, that would be awesome. All right, well, thank you again, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Till next time.
Hi, Bubba. Hey, Bubby. What do you think?
Are you more interested in the unoccupied table, aren't you?